Oh boy. So, didn't I tell y'all name bias was real in the college football community? I was not lying, people. I don't know why I decided to start it off like that, but come on, man. Let's just get right into it. Number 1 is Alabama. Number 2 is Notre Dame. Number 3, Clemson. 4, Ohio State. 5, Texas A&M. 6 Florida. 7 is Iowa State. We gonna talk about that. 8 is Cincinnati. 9 is Georgia. 10 is Miami. 11 is Oklahoma. 12 is Indiana. 13 is Coastal Carolina. 14 is Northwestern. 15 is USC. 16 is Iowa. 17 is UNC, better known as North Carolina to everybody in America. 18th is BYU. 19th is Louisiana. 20 is Texas. 21st, Colorado. 22nd is Oklahoma. We're going to speak on that. 23 is North Carolina State. 24 is Tulsa. And 25 is Missouri. All right. Bump everything I just said right there. How the heck does the Big Ten get to change their own rules? Like, come on, man. Let's speak on it. Let's speak on it real quick. So you're trying to tell me the College Football Playoff Committee just allowed the Big Ten to cheat for Ohio State? And yes, Ohio State fans, don't be delusional. They just cheated for you, all right? Name one other season where they were allowed to change the rules mid-season. Mid-season. And the sad thing about it is, you ready for this? Didn't they take out Wisconsin before they even had a chance to play more games? So they weren't going to change the rules for Wisconsin, but they were going to change the rules for Ohio State. And you want to know the weird thing about it? How the heck does the Big Ten have the ability to change rules mid-season? How are they not allowed to change conference games? You feel me? So you're trying to tell me y'all just said, oh, Ohio State, no, they're not going to play the game because Michigan decided to cancel. But they are going to go to the Big Ten Championship, though. Oh, wait, I thought it was only 6 games. Six games played? I don't remember that. 5 games. All right, you guys, Ohio State, go out there and whoop Northwestern while you can. And I'm saying this right now. If Northwestern takes this W, this will be one of the biggest letdowns in Big Ten history. Easily. And I was saying before that, you find it kind of weird how they're allowed to change, the conference, they can only play 5 games so Ohio State could get in. But they can't change the fact that they can play, teams outside the conference. Dude, Texas A&M players were wanting to play them. They didn't change those conference regulation rules, but they can change how many number of games they needed to play. Unacceptable. And honestly, if I'm being 100% brutally honest, you might as well just switch all the conference rules out right now with the Big Ten and just say, okay, Ohio State and Indiana get to play in a rematch for the Big Ten championship game. Screw it, right? But dang, the Big Ten just got to be real stupid while they at it. So for all y'all Ohio State fans, you better pray to God that Ohio State wins the national championship. Because if they don't win the national championship, oh, you better believe we about to come for your heads. Because let's be honest, if y'all get into that number 4 spot with just a 6-0 record compared to everybody else that had to play nearly half the amount of games y'all did, oh my gosh, you are going to hear it. and on the other hand, if y'all do win the national championship, you won't hear a single thing from me again. Because you could be like, hey, they might have played like 6, 7, or 8 games, but they did beat either Clemson, Notre Dame, and Alabama just to win the Natty. So respect when respect is given. But yeah, I'm done talking about that. Let's get to the college football playoff ranking that I wanted to talk about. How the heck does Iowa get to jump Cincinnati? And you know what? Screw it. No, we're bringing it back to Ohio State. We're bringing it back to Ohio State. So you're trying to tell me, oh, Cincinnati, they didn't get to play any games, so they said Iowa State gets to jump them, and it hurts them really badly because Cincinnati didn't get to play any games. What? So you're trying to tell me it hurts Cincinnati to not play any games, but it doesn't hurt Ohio State to not play games either? How does this make sense? And plus, Iowa State has 2 losses. And for people who don't know, I think I've already said this on Instagram, if y'all follow me on Instagram. Don't get it twisted. I am not an Iowa State hater or whatever. Dude, I want to see Iowa State win the Big 12 championship because I genuinely hate when Oklahoma always wins it. And if you've seen my Instagram story, you know I've said that, and I stand by that. I don't like Oklahoma for the fact that they're always the ones that's winning. That's not fun. I mean, but, you know, other teams got to do better and win. But Iowa State has a loss to Oklahoma State and Louisiana. Please tell me, why the hell does Louisiana stay at 19? Actually, no, check that. They actually moved. Okay, never mind. They're getting the respect. But they have a 17-point win against Iowa State. You want to know what certain people said? They said, oh, wait, but, you know, the reason why Iowa State gets to move up instead of Coastal Carolina and Indiana because, oh, well, they have the better strength of schedule. Okay, so two lost teams don't matter anymore? Remember, they lost by 17 points to Louisiana Lafayette. Oh, well, you figure that was at the early of the season, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, so losses just don't matter all of a sudden? Okay, screw it, right? Let's just say, so having losses or no losses apparently doesn't matter. Yes, I get it. Oh, Iowa State lost early. But that still counts. That's still another L. That's 2 L's. And why is Oklahoma State still ranked? Huh? They just lost to TCU, and basically what y'all said was, oh, Oklahoma State just lost to TCU? All right, let's drop them down 7 spots for the second time in the last four weeks. Like, come on, man. It's like, it's just ridiculous. Indiana bodied Wisconsin. Why did they not move? Why is Oklahoma still here at 11? Why does that make any sense? Does nobody else feel that way? Huh? So Oklahoma gets to barely survive Baylor, and Indiana gets to annihilate Wisconsin, hold them to only 6 points. You kept them there. You didn't even move them. That's stupid. Oh yeah, in Miami. At one point, I was critical about Miami. I said, oh, they barely won those games against the people that they were supposed to dominate. This, that. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute. That doesn't give an excuse for the reason why Iowa State and Georgia is still in front of Miami. Because Miami only has 1 loss to Clemson. So does that not matter either? Like, they should be in the same discussion as Florida, Texas A&M too. I mean, like, what is up with this? This doesn't make any sense. This really doesn't, man. And y'all only moved Coastal Carolina to number 13. That's even more disrespectful. In my personal top 10, I had Florida as the number 4 ranked team because, okay, regardless, they got to play Alabama. So either they prove why they're number 4 or they go away and Texas A&M or Iowa State or Cincinnati gets into the picture. You feel me? And then I said Coastal Carolina and Cincinnati should both be number 8 and number 9 in the rankings. Why? Because I just witnessed Coastal Carolina shut down Zach Wilson, a person that they said had a Heisman, chance or something. You know what I'm saying? And they held him to only like 3 points in the second half total. And you're trying to tell me that's not top 10 ranking worthy? Like, come on. That's basically, Cincinnati and Coastal Carolina are basically the same team now. That's how I feel. Like, that's no disrespect to Cincinnati, who's been in that same ranking for the last, what? Maybe 6 weeks, maybe? I don't know. But I'm saying, Coastal Carolina and Cincinnati should play outright. If they win all their games, they should play outright to see who gets the New Year's Six bowl game. Because apparently, there's only 1 spot for a group of 5 team, which is disrespectful. In a BCS, they were allowed to have 2 or more, I think. Remember, Remember something, y'all. When they had the chance and TCU and Boise State were both ranked in the top 10, you want to know what they said? They said, oh, Boise State and TCU? All right, cool. Y'all both get to play in the BCS bowl game against each other. Screw it. I want to see that. I don't want to see Oklahoma and USC in the Orange Bowl in a projected like what? What type of mess is that? USC has only played 4 games. Why do I care to watch them? Like, honestly. And speaking of USC, does anybody find it kind of disrespectful that USC might have to, might be able to represent the Pac-12 for the simple fact that they have a higher ranking, A, and B, Colorado had to cancel a game? So you're trying to tell me Colorado being undefeated all of a sudden doesn't matter compared to USC being undefeated? I said, and I didn't tell anybody this, I actually said that Colorado was going to make it to the Pac-12 championship before they started the season. I know. You're probably like, bro, that's a lie. No, I actually did. I just said screw it, and I was like, I feel like somehow Arizona State, UCLA, whoever else, I forgot, was going to sit there, destroy themselves while Colorado somehow found a way to sneak in. That's how I felt. But you're trying to tell me Colorado won't even get the chance to play in the Pac-12 championship? Honestly, in my honest opinion, that's probably the most complete team besides USC. And USC is barely complete because they barely be winning games except apart from the Washington State win. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. The Big Ten cheated for Ohio State, basically letting them say, oh, well, you remember those rules that we talked about, right? Well, I guess we could find a way to squeeze you in. Go ahead and play Northwestern. That's BS. That's BS. Why? That wouldn't have happened for any other team. That wouldn't. That's disrespectful. You went against your own rules and said, oh, okay, here y'all go. That's scumbagging. That's the most scumbag thing I've ever seen, honestly. Oklahoma stays in front after 2 losses. Oh, yeah, Oklahoma lost to Kansas State. They lost to Kansas State. And all of a sudden it's, oh, well, Oklahoma. Actually, check that. Oklahoma State shouldn't even be ranked. So that should leave out of the quality win for Oklahoma, which should drop them. Why are they still here? Look, if they're going to win the Big 12 championship in 2 weeks, so be it. I don't care. But, dog, come on now. That's just disrespectful. The fact that Coastal only moves to 13 after a good win, that's a quality win. And the fact that they might even take a dub against Louisiana Lafayette in the conference championship game and they would still be in that ranking, I think, in my honest opinion, I think that's the reason why a group of 5 teams might want the BCS back. Like, and I'm dead serious. It's probably not going to happen. Sorry, this is getting pretty dark. It probably won't happen, but the fact of the matter is, group of 5 teams had a better chance with the BCS than they ever did with the college football playoff. And nobody's going to talk about that. Nobody's going to talk about that because they're going to be like, oh, well, Cincinnati didn't get to play a game. It got canceled. Well, I guess we'll have to drop them because they're not playing in the game. But that's stupid because the same requirements didn't happen with Ohio State. Let's be 100% honest. The real reason why Ohio State is still ranked number 4 is because the College Football Playoff Committee has sympathy for the fact that they think that they should have beat Clemson in the semifinals. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't you dare lie to me. You could be like, oh, it's because we're actually one of the best teams. You never even got to prove it. You played Rutgers. You played Michigan State. You played Nebraska, who got thrown to the wolves by the Big Ten because they wanted to play somewhere because the Big Ten didn't want to play initially. You played Penn State. The only team you played was Iowa. And you didn't play another game that time. And you're really trying to sit here and tell me that Ohio State proved that they're the most deserving team to be in the playoff right now. No, they have the most sympathy to be a 4-team playoff because they actually thought they could actually win it the last time. All right, that's the reason. That's literally the reason. The college football playoff ranking is completely biased to group of 5 teams. The group of 5 teams had better chances with the BCS. Okay, they might have to go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? They might have to go undefeated, but at least they would be in the top 5, the top 4, even the top 3 in terms of TCU or Boise State. They would be in those rankings and have respect. Now, the reason why, you know, those teams didn't get into the national championship is because there was better teams ahead. When Auburn had Cam Newton and Oregon had LaMichael James, it was one of the best offenses in the country. You couldn't put that, you know, you couldn't put that behind TCU. So respectfully, they got left out. But that does not mean you leave out those Power 5 or Group of 5 conferences in favor for 2 loss and 1 loss Power 5 teams. That's BS. That's BS. That really is, man. Oh yeah, and also Liberty's not ranked as a 9-1 team. Yeah, that's BS as well. So man, with that being said, I'm done with this video.